Hey there folks, Chris James again here. Now we want to talk to you a little bit more about aiming the bow. The thing about aiming a bow fishing arrow or a bow fishing bow at a target under the water is the light refraction. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, stick your arrow in the water and watch. It looks like the arrow goes in the water and then it bends. And that's the bending of the light that's happening there. So what you're seeing is as the arrow goes in, it's going and it's coming out. So that whatever you're shooting at is actually lower in the water than what it appears to be. So when you aim, you have to aim lower, and the deeper in the water it is, the lower you have to aim, and the further out it is, the lower you have to aim. So it's something that most people don't get out right off the bat, but it's a mental calculation. You don't use sights. It's all instinctive. You're looking down the arrow, and you're kind of judging the gap between the arrow and the fish when you first start, and then eventually your brain will automatically compute that, and you stop having to gap shoot. You just start shooting. You just look, aim, and shoot. So it's a very instinctive type thing, and people get frustrated when they first start bow fishing because they miss a lot. And I tell people, you know, if you hit a fish the first 40 or 50 shots, you've done pretty good. Most people, if they don't have somebody instructing them, they go a long time without hitting a fish. And typically it's really good if you're shooting at fish on top of the water when you first start. That way you kind of get the idea of where to aim. And the one thing you're going to do, so when you draw back, you want to draw back and you want to anchor, and you want to look straight, just like you had a peep sight. You want to look straight by the string, right down the arrow, and that's going to give you, just like you have a line of pins on your regular compound, your hunting bow. That's the same thing you're doing with that arrow. And when you look down it, you don't want the arrow, the tip, to be on the target. You want it to be well below. So when you come back and you look, you want it to be there, and then you want to drop down below it, and then release.